So, I know no one's in the live yet, but like, listening to some music, because I'm on my way, I'm walking to the river, and I'm on my way to the river to make at least one video, but like, I feel like I haven't made a video in a while, and I've made like an up and down style video, but like I haven't really made like a, like a free flow philosophy style video, and I damn sure haven't made a video for my Trip Report channel in forever, but I don't know. This is the longest my hair has been since the first time I cut my afro off, like about a year or maybe like a year and a half ago. I think it was like a year ago, maybe a little longer, I'm not sure, but like hope everyone's doing great out there. Like I said, there's probably no one in the stream yet, but like, y'all will see this eventually. We are almost to the river. Brian says, damn, this guy looks like Lil Nas X. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it at all. It's just been over 2 weeks since I made an actual video for my channel. So like, yeah. If you don't follow me, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, MarkDreams25. All one letter, all one word or whatever. But I uploaded a few videos there, like, I don't know, like a few days ago. should go. Wow, still, oh shit. I said this was gonna be a quick live stream because it's like, as soon as I get down to the river, I'm gonna make a video. So like, I'll probably keep the live stream going for a little bit. If y'all got some questions or want me to talk about something, just let me know. Already a little high, but I'm about to get a little higher. If I can get in my pocket. Trevon Bunkley asks, where you going? So I'm on my way to the river. I live in a little city in upstate New York, and there's like a river that goes through the entire city. That's where I prefer to make my videos, because I can talk about whatever the fuck, and there's not too many people that ever go down there, so I should probably run while I can catch this light. I like going to the river and just staring at the water. Getting high in Mother Nature. Ain't nothing better than that. Eddie the Commander, what's going on? I don't know why the fuck I'm sweating. It's only 75 degrees out. I'll be walking too fast. And we are here. That didn't take too long. I don't know how deep I want to go today. Gin Ichimaru says, Dad, is that you? Well, unless you're my daughter and she's supposed to be at school and they're no longer allowed to have phones at school, so like, unless she found a way to like get on YouTube on, you know, at school, then probably not. Damn sirens. Oh, almost dropped the phone. Glad I could stop moving for a second. I just want to stare at this water. It rained yesterday, so I had to walk here in my boots. And it's like, finally. Like, you see what I mean? Like, you see what I mean? Like, I could stare at that shit all day. Turn the music off for a second. Check out Central. Holy shit. Hey, at least some people are still here. Aluminum Biscuit says, do you know Mike Hunt? No, I do not. I know a Jay Hunt, but I don't know a Mike Hunt. It is so beautiful out here. So quiet. Like, even though, like, there's a bridge over there, so, like, you can kind of hear cars, but, like, not really. I hear Mother Nature over the cars. Yash Roy says, show your round. I don't exactly know what that means. Do you mean, like, show the whole thing around? Or, like... Sometimes the homeless people set up like a little tent thing over that way. Man, not so much time mud on this shoes now. You know, I come down here so often because, like, I was at my mom's house, so I had to walk here, like, a little distance. But my apartment is right here on the river. So, like, I've been down here so many times this summer, and, like, I don't know. It's a meditation that you get from it, like... Oh, I see all these little... I think they're tadpoles. I don't even know if y'all can see them, but I know I do. I guess what I'm saying is, it's like, when I come down here and I just stare at the thing, it's like people would be like, you know, why would you even go to the river? Because, like, very few people come down here, you know. Most people do that. You can hear the motorcycle in the background. They drive their car around or ride their motorcycle, or they go do things or go out to eat, or they go and do something. But or even as simple as sometimes I'll come out here and I'll go for a hike. But that's me doing something in Mother Nature. But sometimes I just come down here, sit, and just get lost into her beauty. As if I was staring at a giant psychedelic, geometric thing inside of DMT space. Or as if I took 5 grams of dried mushrooms with a blindfold on in silent darkness and just stared at it, right? Or when I take LSD sometimes, and I'll just sit there, either with the music playing or in silence, but I'll just sit there and stare at the ceiling. And the ceiling will open up into this, there will be like a fractaled city inside of the ceiling. Something I've noticed is it's there's a few ways you can use psychedelics, right? Well, there's many ways, but you can do it when you're doing something on the psychedelic, the same way that you can come outside and do something. You can drive your car to the amusement park. You can drive your car to a hiking spot and go hiking. You can take LSD with your friends and go on a hike. You can take LSD with your friends just sitting in a room. But most likely on the LSD, when you're with your friends, you're going to be doing something. So you're going to be talking to your friends. You're going to be maybe just this thing where you'll start connecting with your friends, laughing, crying together, maybe explaining your traumas together in that thing, right? But there's another thing you can do with psychedelics, right? You can take LSD, sit in a room with some music that has no words in it, just instrumental digital music or whatever, and just stare at the ceiling, and then try to remove your own thoughts from your own mind. Get so lost into the thing that you're seeing that it's so beautiful that you're lost for words. That's what I do sometimes when I'm out here. I stare at this shit as if it's as beautiful as those psychedelic things that I see, which it is, right? The same thing that created the psychedelic shit we see when we take psychedelics is the same thing that created the thing I'm seeing right now, right? The same mathematical stuff that makes a flower look the way it does, or that makes the trees look the way they do, is the same mathematical stuff that makes the psychedelic visuals look the way they do. Jonah, I think that says Charlie, says, Mark, didn't you make a couple of videos talking about your thoughts on the Buddha in the past? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it in the past. I don't think I've ever made just one specific video on that topic itself, but I know I've mentioned Buddha probably a few times in the past because his story is just interesting. And it's just interesting how we have a certain perspective of him, even though he did what he did. And it's like I've said in the past, no shade against Buddha, right? I love Buddha and I love his journey. But we gotta be real. He named his son Fetter, which meant ball and chain. And I get what he's saying, because my daughter is the thing that tethers me into the third dimension. It tethers me here. And while he was trying to find ways to detach from everything, he realized that that was an attachment he had here. Now, Buddha did it his way, I did it my way, and you're going to do it your way, right? Because what Buddha did might not work for you. What I did might not work for you. And what works for you might not work for others. And it's that thing that's why I said no shade against Buddha. But he's just, his story's just interesting. That, he was a prince, he gave up his thing, he had to leave his wife and son, but the whole story gets, I guess, misunderstood because people they'll listen to Buddha at one part of his life instead of listening to the whole message of his whole life, right? Because the Buddha that then starved himself next to a tree, then also, many years later, like the same Buddha that left his family and said that his son was the ball and chain, was the same Buddha, like 20 years later, that basically said that he messed up. Now, he didn't say it in those words, but he basically came to the conclusion that maybe he didn't have to completely be out of his child's life that whole time, right? Like that maybe he could have found the balance. And like, it's interesting how Buddha had to go through the whole thing to get his whole idea that it's not just about detachment and like disconnecting from everything, and it's not just about getting like not dealing with suffering or how to deal with suffering. Like, it's about life, right? Like in the modern world today, we have this same talk about happiness, that like people think, oh, life is about happiness, when life is just about life, and happiness is one aspect of it. But like, we get caught up on one part of the thing, like we get caught up on thinking we got to kill the ego, and then we make that our whole thing. Like, we need to kill the ego and then we're solved, or we need to go vegan and then all the problems are solved. Like, we look at it like it's one thing can fix everything, when that's just not how it goes. Damn, I'm still dying from that hit, and I actually want to take another hit, so like, Jonah Charlie says, I was thinking about that this morning as well. That's just his story. You can lead that spiritual life without detaching completely from a family like that. Yeah, agreed. And it's like, I can see that that's what Buddha had to do. And if humans judged him, it'd be like, well, y'all don't understand that that's what he had to do. But in the world today, we would get judged for that. We would be called a fucking piece of shit for that. And like, I would never call Buddha a piece of shit because I don't think he is. I think he did what was best for him and what was right for him. Like, he followed his calling. And it's that thing that we judge people today for following their calling. And we don't understand. We don't understand them. We don't understand. And when Buddha was alive, I bet people judged him too, though. Like, we just don't hear about it, because things like that don't get necessarily documented, right? Like, if Buddha did what he did, but he never succeeded at it, like, or never gained the thing to be able to create Buddhism, because all of that was needed to create Buddhism. And it's just so crazy how the world is, bro. Like, hey, what's going on, DMT Infinity? DMT Infinity says, another apparent fact I was told a few times is that Buddha himself actually wasn't a fat dude. Apparently he was skinny. Buddha walked so we could run. No, exactly. But this is a confusing thing about Buddha, because fuck, I forget the original Buddha's name. I think his name's Siddhartha. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's his real name. There's technically two Buddhas. There's a fat Buddha and a skinny Buddha. Well, and I'm a little confused on this topic as well. I don't fully know this thing. So like I said, don't quote me on this. But I'm pretty sure there's two Buddhas, and if there's not two Buddhas, then that's all the same Buddha. But at one point in Buddha's life, he was so skinny that you would have thought he was a skeleton, like he was almost a skeleton. But that's because he was on his journey next to the tree, starving himself, and like he just went through the phases of his journey. So either that fat Buddha is the same Buddha, or that fat Buddha is a whole different person, because technically the Buddhists always say that technically anyone can become a Buddha, right? Like in the Western world, we tend to limit things because it's the same thing people do with, like, because all these ideas are so connected. Like like you could become a Buddha in Buddhism, and shaman in shamanism, and this, right? In the Western world, we think only Buddha can be Buddha. Only a person with this in this certain race can be a shaman. Only this and that. Like we put limitations on things that originally were limitless. So like anyone can walk the path of Buddha. That's kind of the thing. And you don't have to do what he did, but you can walk the path of a Buddha, if that makes any sense. But like DMT and hold on. Jonah Charlie says Buddha from a Hindu perspective is actually believed to be an incarnation of Vishnu. Right. But that's what I'm saying, because the Hindu was here before Buddhism. And Buddhism is interesting because Buddha didn't want a doctrine, or he didn't want, like, if you become a Buddhist, Buddhists don't teach you anything about what happens after you die or any of that. They don't necessarily, whether it's Vishnu or Krishna, or like technically Buddhists are technically also Hindu, like a lot of them are. They have Hindu beliefs, but technically Buddhism itself doesn't have a belief. It's more of a way of life. Like it's a way of being, a way of doing something. And I think Buddha did that on purpose. Because it's like, we'll get caught up in trying to be like, this God did this and this is why we do this, and instead of just working on our own practice. And I can see that, and I'm like, yeah. Because we get too caught up on who's right and who's wrong and what happens after death, but it's like we're here now. So it's like, what are we doing now? But like, it's just interesting. DMT Infinity says, skinny Buddha and fat Buddha, they seem to be two sides of the same coin. Both were extremists, perhaps, and maybe the idea is to balance the two. Bro, I feel you on that. Like, I can totally see that, because I've had that same thought, even if that wasn't the original intention, right? Even if it was just, there was another Buddhist that decided to become the Buddha, and he happened to be fat, and like, but you could just see that. One Buddha is too skinny. He comes up with the idea that he needs to find the balance. Another Buddha is too fat. He finds out that he needs to find the balance. Like, yeah. I guess the whole thing about Buddhism is the balance, Because nothing's really bad and nothing's really good. Like, everything is good in moderation and everything is bad in excess. Like, if you do too much of anything, it becomes bad. So it's like, man, I wish I brought a drink. All I brought was some gum, which should help. DMT Infinity said, Skinny Buddha reincarnated and was like, alright, time to play on the other side of that coin. Now, where's the buffet at? I feel that. That's hilarious. Well, that sucks. This phone only has 15%. I technically record my videos on my old phone, so the other phone's in my pocket, but like, Jonah Charlie says, pertaining to your statement about anyone being able to walk any type of spiritual path regardless of their ethnic background, although I'm not educated on some other religions that may say, no, you have to be this way or that way or whatever, and he'll probably say more, but like, I can talk about that though. Because really I want to make a video about it now, because I've touched upon this topic, I feel like, a few times, but it's just, as far as I am in my journey now, I feel like I can say it better, and like, you know, DMT Infinity says, I gotta ask, since you're a supporter of Andrew and Tristan, what are your thoughts on their current situation, and do you still support them? So, it's complicated, right? Because it's so I don't know how to say this, so I'm just gonna say it, right? So, Andrew, I don't even know if I should say their last name. Tate, okay? If it wasn't for, like, I went through a breakup, okay? I went through a breakup 3 years ago. It was about the time he got popular. And if I didn't see his content around the time I went through that breakup, I would not be in the shape that I'm in today. Like, I would not be in shape. Like, I wouldn't have even tried to take money seriously, because I'm over here like, fuck money. Like, who the fuck needs that? I'm here for some spiritual shit or whatever. But like, but at the same time, I don't care about people's personal lives, because like, I'll never, I mean, you can never say never, but like, I doubt that I'll ever hang out with Andrew Tate. I doubt that I'll ever call him up and be like, yo, what's going on, bro? Like, I doubt that I'd ever do that. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, maybe because I have friends that are thugged the fuck out, like gangsters, bro, robbing people, still doing that shit, still living that life. But the way they live their life is not necessarily my business, and I still have a certain type of respect for them, regardless of how they live their life or what they do in their personal life. Because I've learned things from them. Like, it's that thing that, like, I can learn from someone I don't personally like. Like, I don't have to like the way they live life or their lifestyle or how they do things, because I can just see it, right? And DMT Infinity says, I wish Andrew was a good dude. His character is actually very entertaining and humorous. If he wasn't such a monster, I'd probably be a fan. And see, that's my thing. I don't think he's a monster. I think he's just someone that wants to be rich. Like, he wanted to be rich, so he put on a certain act to get him that way. He like got himself a team of people to only put out, like, for a while he was only putting out the content that pissed people off, because that's how he got famous. If he did not do that, we wouldn't even know who he is. But that's another thing. Tristan and his connection, like, they have such a crazy brotherly love. that like they just have each other's back through the whole thing. And like Tristan has a little more, I guess, character than Andrew. Like it seems like he's more of a gentleman, more of a slick man, you know, like better with the ladies in that way, and just because he's not as hype as Andrew is, but he just understands his brother. And I don't know them, right? But I just understand humans are different only because I have thug gangster friends that I don't necessarily expect them to go down the path I've gone down. Like, I understand. Like, and I look at it like they don't have to do what I do. And I also understand whatever's being said about Andrew and Tristan, we don't know. Like, because situations have happened to me where I break up with a chick and then she starts spreading lies and rumors about me. You have no idea the rumors that have gone on about me in this little fucking city that I'm in, right? Like, it's crazy. It gets to the point where it's hilarious, but then it also gets to the point where I can then understand. Like, some people are spiteful. They'll say things. They'll do things that aren't. They'll say things about you that aren't true, and then it's hard to get that label off of you, even if you prove that it's not true. And like right now, I know there's new things that have come up about Andrew and Tristan, but it's like it gets to the point where it's like now it's starting to look like a witch hunt, because why are things coming up now? Because the other thing was proven not true, so now they have to come up with something else. Like, it's that thing. And like, because the other thing could have got brought up last year when the other thing was brought up, why did it not get brought up then? You know, it's like, it's just that thing that's like, maybe they are doing things wrong, right? We'll never know, because like, I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, that's why I just let go of it. I don't think about it. I don't even really know what they're being accused of now. I just know that they're being accused of something else now. But I don't dig into it because I just, like, honestly, it's like I don't really have time to pay attention to what's going on in their life. All I know is I learned what I learned from them. I would not be in physical shape right now if it wasn't for me seeing their content. And, like, I wouldn't have even tried to, like, I was giving up on relaunching the business, on thinking about money, on saving money, on generational wealth. Like, I was about to give up on that shit. But, like, I don't know. And I don't know why it was their content that made me be like, no, I actually need to start thinking about this shit. But it just is what it is. And I'm not attached to them as much as, like, I'm attached to someone like Terrence McKenna. But, Big Chill, what's going on, bro? And that's the thing. That's another thing, bro. Big Chill said, the war room. I'm probably going to join their war room because the Tates or Christian and Andrew, whatever, they have this thing, them and Justin Waller as well. They have this thing called the War Room, which you can join in. And when I actually start getting my business up and doing this and that, and actually start thinking about money, I think that'd be a great thing to join in. Right? These things are just things that can help me and benefit me, but I'm not too attached to whether the person is a good person or not. Because, like, I gotta focus on myself, but I also gotta focus on how the hell can I get from point A to point B? How can I better myself? How can I whatever? And the crazy thing about life is, the thing that could change your life forever might just be in the mind of someone you hate, right? Someone you don't like knows the thing that could change your life. So then I've learned to just disconnect from who they are as a person, and I've learned how to just accept the knowledge they have, to leave the knowledge that I don't like at the door, right? If they say something that will not benefit my life at all, I'm like, okay, good, that's their belief, but that's not what I'm going to take from them. But I am going to take this one other thing from them because that was a good idea, and then this other thing because that was also a good idea. Like how how Andrew got so big on social media. He had basically he created this formula of like you create like 20 to 50 different accounts on like TikTok and Reels and Shorts, and you have 20 different accounts that are pushing out 20 different clips of you at the same time, like that type of shit. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have heard that idea, and I wouldn't be like, okay, well, by the end of this year or the beginning of next year, that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start taking my long videos, turning them into short videos, and then flooding the internet, right? Like, but it's just interesting how I got the information from someone that is so hated, from someone that is so, he might just be a bad guy, right? We don't really know, but like, it's just interesting how people have information, whether they're good people or bad people, right? Whether they're, I don't know, and the information could help you, could change your life. But it's kind of about removing the ego away. Like I had to move my ego out the way and disconnect from whether I think they're a good person or not and just listen to them. Because regardless, they have results. Regardless, everyone knows their name, whether they hate them or not. Regardless, they got rich no matter what. Like, they were poor as fuck at one point. So, like, I could just see the thing. And some of their stories are inspiring. Like, I've been talking about this for a while. But, like, because their story about the KFC story, about how they were so poor that they would wait until about KFC was about to close. They would then, like, go into KFC and take the buckets with, like half-eaten chicken in it, and the bucket still had, like, 2 or 3 pieces of chicken in it. They would save them up. They would put them in their freezer, and then they would add that chicken into whatever meal they were making so they can add protein into their meal. And they was talking about, like, still to this day, they have KFC on, I think it's Andrew's birthday or Tristan's birthday or whatever, one of their birthdays, just to remind them. And it's like, bro, it's that shit that I'm like, okay, that's inspiring. No matter who the fuck says that was their story, whether they were a good person or bad person, that's still inspiring. So it's like, I don't know, I'm just not caught up on whether I like someone. And I'll never admire someone as much as I admire Terence McKenna, right? Because I admire Terence McKenna for who he was. But at the same time, I bet there's things about Terence McKenna that we don't know, that if we did know, some people might not like him as much, right? Like, if we asked his ex-wife why she got a divorce, if we ask his kids about how he was as a father, like, there's certain things that if you dig deep enough, everyone can look like a bad person. Everyone has something they've done wrong. Everyone has something in their life that it's like, you might judge them differently if you knew. But, like, that's why I've disconnected from, like, whether that matters or not, and just accepting that humans are humans. We make mistakes, we're flawed, right? Like, some people lack the willpower, like the mind, so it's like they're not going to have as much willpower to not, like, get addicted to something or to have more self-control. Some people are overweight and fat, and it's like they don't have enough mental strength to stay in shape, like. And it's like everyone's just living life, doing their own thing, in their own thing. And it's like, but you can still learn from everyone. Like, just because someone's in shape, that doesn't mean that they can't learn from someone who's not in shape. It's just you're not going to learn information about getting in shape. But you can learn something else that could be valuable in your life, right? But, like, the ego gets in the way. The guy that's in the gym all the time, well, he's brolic. He doesn't want to listen to the fat guy. But the fat guy might have some knowledge that could save the gym guy's marriage. Or that could save the gym guy's relationship with his kids. Or could save, like, I don't know, bro. I guess it's just that thing. Big Chill says 25 shorts a day will pay for 20 days. See what happens. Fuck yeah, that's the goal. I want to get this. There's this thing that I could pay for, and it'll automatically, like, I'll just like save the link to my video, upload it to the thing, and then it automatically takes my 20-minute video and turns it into 10 like 45-second clips. So like that'll be great. Like, and DMT Infinity says he's in the YouTube paid partnership program. Shorts doesn't make much money. I guess that's okay with me, because I'm more concerned with just getting out there. Like, I know I can make money once, like, if enough people know I exist, right? Like, it's not necessarily about making the money from the shorts or from the, and you could, and like, you could make some money from the partnerships, and that's great too. But like, I guess it's that whole thing about how those rich people be talking about having multiple streams of income. Like, I get it, because if you have streams of income coming in from shorts, TikTok, Reels, regular YouTube videos, also maybe doing some partnerships with some companies, and then also maybe selling your own products and your own services, I feel like altogether that might be enough, right? Shit, it will be more than enough for me, right? Because it depends on how you lived before. Like, if you were already broke before, then making $1,000 or even like making like $500 a month off of your content is better than making nothing, you know? And yeah, I don't know. I guess you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start at zero, and you gotta work your way up. And it's just annoying, just to keep, it's just that thing. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep going. Cause like Andrew and Tristan did, how they had like 50 to 100 different channels made of them. So like, that's 100 channels, them pulling in like money from these companies and shit. And it's like, but they also had to hire a team to be able to do that. But it's just like, the breadcrumbs are already there. Like, all the breadcrumbs are there, how to do something, how to whatever. Like, if one human did it, there's a blueprint for it, but that blueprint's not going to work for everyone, but it can get us started. I should have filled my pen. Big Chill. Right, Big Chill just spitting out ideas right now. Because Big Chill said looped lives are hot right now too. I've thought that same shit. To like get like 200 of my videos and like just put them on a loop on a live stream, right? But no, you're right. It could be animal videos looped, or like really like anything. Because I've seen them too. Like a lot of looped things. you know, especially there's things at night like frequencies being looped or certain things, and I'm like, I see that. Just some people trying to make a little extra money here or there. You know, and it's also one of those things where, you know how like a lot of people hate on, like, a lot of people hate on people putting ads in their videos, or like people doing advertisements, and I always respect a good advertisement, a good, like, somebody be making a video, and then all of a sudden you have no idea an ad's about to come in, but they're like, they go in their video, they sit down, they pull out this drink from this cup, and they're like, and then they're being sponsored by that cup or something. Like, I'm like, hey, respect, because I think it's dope, right? And I think it's like, it's awesome that person's making a video, they found a way to add this ad into their video, and now they get to make some money, right? And I just respect anyone's hustle, right? I respect anyone's grind, anyone's thing. It's like, you're doing what you gotta do, and you possibly might be doing something you love to do. And if you find a way to do what you love to do and make money from it, then that's amazing, right? Like, that's fucking awesome. Whether I gotta sit there and listen to an ad about Skillshare or whatever VPN or whatever the fuck, I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. Make your money. Do your thing. Like, I don't know. Because I just get it, bro. We're just trying to survive. We're just trying to live. Like, I ate the shroom. What's going on, bro? I appreciate you, fam, for real. DMT Infinity says the video is sponsored by Christopher's Organic. Fuck yeah. You can pick up the highest quality creative mama. No, I feel you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I respect that. Like, I respect anyone, you know, they're just doing their thing, just trying to make a little extra money. You know, like, even back in the day when I had my first YouTube channel, I was sponsored by this one website. I think they were called Lotus Extracts or whatever, and like, they don't even exist anymore. But bro, I got like $4,000 worth of like herbs and extracts from them for free. Like, I didn't have to buy them, and that's what helped me get into trying all these different plants and herbs, because I would have never tried. Like, I tried like 30 different plants that most people have never heard of before, because I've never heard of them before. Like, if it wasn't for that dude sponsoring my shit, they're plants that I would have never tried. And it's what kind of got me into this thing, because I'm like, I wonder what that one does, and I wonder what that one does, and I wonder what that, like, it sparked this thing. So it's like, whether you're getting free products, which then could spark a thing for you, or you're getting some money. Like, I just think it's there's so much opportunity out there, and it's like, we just got to drop our egos sometimes and like just accept some of those opportunities, and also not hate on others who do take that opportunity, because you'll be hated on for having a sponsorship in your video. You'll be hated on for like having certain ads or certain things in your video, and it's like, what else do you want the person to do? Like, be homeless? Like, humans have been working jobs they hate forever now. I think it's about time that we have a little more opportunity. You know, like, fuck yeah. DMT Infinity says modern day shamans, or what Terrence McKenna called shamans amongst the machines. Right. I think that's kind of what he was getting at. Like, I think he could see it happening, because he's seen the beginning of the internet. So he's seen the beginning of this thing. So he could just see the information was about to get spread out. And then it's like, then we become the shamans amongst the machines. Like, because the old shamans were the shamans amongst the trees, right? But we become the shamans amongst the machines. And I'm here with a machine in my hand, recording this video, going live. Like, it's just interesting. Oh, fuck, guys. My phone is about to die. I Ate the Shroom says, it's only those with no motion that hate on other people's grind, just because they insecure to see others with the heart to try. Right. And it's like everyone could do it. Everyone could try. You know, you could be... Oh, shit. It's like, bro, you could have nothing and you can try. And the person that you're hating on might have also been in the same situation you're in. Right? But that same energy that it takes to hate on someone, you could literally take that energy and start plotting for yourself. Start thinking of something that you could try yourself. But, you know, you'll waste all your energy hating on someone else. But DMT Infinity says, people only hate my ads and sponsors till they try their products. Fuck yeah, bro, I feel that. That's dope. Well, I gotta go, because I only got 2% on this phone. So, I appreciate y'all for watching. And, I'm hoping I still make this video, that I wanted to make. But I guess we'll see.